The aim of this study was to infer potential causal relationships between self-reported migraine and 1,504 other complex traits using genetic data and a hypothesis-free approach. Some of the traits that we included in our analysis were cardiovascular diseases, lifestyle factors, psychiatric phenotypes, respiratory diseases, gastrointestinal disorders, diseases of the nervous system, among others. And I think the importance of this study relies on the fact that there have been extensive efforts to understand the etiology of migraine. However, there is still this need to generate investigation lines that can successfully incorporate results and hypotheses from genetic and other types of migraine studies into clinical practice. And by doing this, we could perhaps enable the identification of disease-modifying traits and pinpoint underlying causes of this complex neurological disorder. Also, one motivation for using genetic data to infer causal associations between exposure and outcome variables is that traditional interventional studies, such as randomized controlled trials, can be expensive and time-consuming. So, for example, let's say randomized controlled trials, in many cases, can be unfeasible to perform due to ethical concerns. It would not be ethical to conduct a randomized controlled trial for a study in which we want to evaluate an exposure that is known to harm participants, such as smoking or other carcinogens. And in a similar way, we have limited capacity to identify causal associations in observational studies, such as case control studies, due to confounding variables and potential bias. This is why identifying potential causal associations using statistical methods in genetic epidemiology, in some cases, could be the best option available and represent an informative alternative.